2 months after President Trump was back in the White House, it was Conor McGregor visiting the historic building and Oval Office to greet the president and to ask for his endorsement to run for president of Ireland, something that I really wish would have materialized beyond a bunch of banging around on social media. Conor McGregor filmed some content at the White House. Sounded like this.
Happy Paddy's Day, America.
Okay. But then when asked by reporters on the same trip why he was at the White House, Conor McGregor gave a much less happy response.
I won't speak about him personally. Every available metric available to us has shown that the government of Ireland currently has failed the people of Ireland. In 10 years, Dublin city centre has gone from one of the most safest cities in Europe to one of the most dangerous. So shame on him for saying that, speaking down on an Irish man. I won't speak about him personally. Throw a jab, I could throw many jabs at them. I could throw jabs handily at them. However, I speak on the metrics, and the metrics show they've failed the people of Ireland. They do not represent the people of Ireland.
Conor,
and I'm
what
here.
do you say to people who feel it's inappropriate for you to be here, given...
God bless Ireland, God bless America.
So what Conor McGregor has constantly talked about in his social media and in his posting is how Ireland, which has one of the highest migrant birth and migration rates in all of Europe, and these are not European migrants, these are North African migrants, Muslim migrants, changing forever the culture of Ireland, how they have betrayed the people of Ireland. The people of Ireland are poor and have very few opportunities, and they are seeing their futures whittled away by an unlimited and unending wave after wave after wave of third world migration for public benefits and public housing, living in much better houses than the native-born Irish, you could argue. Conor McGregor constantly confirming that he's going to run for president of Ireland. Sadly, didn't materialize. He wanted to. Strong comments on immigration. He withdrew mid-September 2025 before securing any nomination. And he said the process was undemocratic. Moved on. Okay. Well, I hope that he'd reconsider, because now it seems like Conor McGregor is back at it again, because Northern Ireland, which is British territory, but anyway, it's all the same island, is under attack. As a Sudanese man nearly beheaded an Englishman in the street. We now are finding out that the Englishman was special needs. I think he might have been handicapped, deaf, lost an eye, according to reports, and was slashed nearly to bits, struggling for dear life in the hospital. Conor McGregor calls for immediate ban on immigration from the third world and removal of all illegal entrants after Belfast asylum seeker knife attack. See, you gotta not say all illegal entrants. You got to say all entrants. Time to just be honest about it. There are some cultures that are incompatible with the West. That's why we call it the West and the East. That's why we actually split up cultures, because there's cultures that want to live a certain way. You can go check on the child brides and gender mutilation and some of the stuff that they do in Afghanistan, and go talk to a GWAT veteran about what they witnessed when they were in Iraq or Afghanistan culturally. Go travel to India and see if you like the culture. If you do, stay there. But the point is that not all cultures are the same. And it's okay to like European culture better than other cultures. And it's okay to say that European culture shouldn't become Indian or African culture or Middle Eastern culture. That's okay. Those people might like Sharia law, is what it is. But if I bring over a bunch of people that are going to institute Sharia law, I'll be living under Sharia law, and I don't want that. So stop saying illegal entrants. Start talking about the cultures themselves, because the places are not magical rocks. There's not magical rocks that make Italy, Italy, or Japan, Japan. It's the people, their histories, their traditions and language, songs and food, and it's all those things all together, their sense of justice, purpose, right and wrong. Do you behead someone in the street if you disagree with them or not? These are some pretty big cultural differences, and it's the people that are the place. If you got rid of all the Japanese people from Japan and it was just like a desolate rock, it was just like an island, then it wouldn't be Japan anymore. If you replaced all the Japanese people with, let's say, Russian, like there's like, it's something like just a couple miles that separates Japan and Russia. It's so close. They're so close in proximity. You could sail a boat very easily from Japan to Russia. If you took all those Russians and put them in Japan, it wouldn't be Japan anymore. It'd be Russia because the people are Russian and they would bring that. Anyway, I just, it's so stupid. Sometimes it's important to like drill down on what we're actually talking about here. We're talking about the people. So illegal or not, you're going to change your culture if you bring in too many people from a different culture that do not assimilate. And the vast majority of people don't want to assimilate. Let me make that very clear. Okay? That's provable by empirical evidence, but then also by all statistical available polling on this Belfast asylum seeker attack. Conor McGregor has publicly called for the immediate ban on immigration, removal of illegal entrants. Writing on X, the UFC fighter called to close the borders, and inviting and financing mentally deranged people from the third world is a hard no. In a separate post, he demanded a ban on immigration entirely. McGregor has previously spoken out on immigration, obviously a very, very big issue. And Belfast is ablaze right now. Belfast is burning. They attacked public transit, but also went after immigrant housing. Here we go. Close the borders, says Conor McGregor. Entire migration centers militarily. Enter migration centers militarily and remove all illegal entrants from the island. Inviting and financing mentally deranged people from the third world is hard no. Get them out. Stop them from coming. We say no to this. Good. 10,000 reposts, 100,000 likes, 4 million views. Well done. The son of Ireland. Here we go. Ban all immigration from the third world immediately, he says, after posting this clip. Let's watch.
Into Northern Ireland in the first place, was it illegally or legally, and was it through the Republic of Ireland? And is that why there's a mix-up on his nationality? Is his visa something different from his birthplace?
Well, in terms of the nationality, you'll be aware this morning our belief was that the male was Somalian. That was from the very quick first look at our investigation. We now know him to be, or believe him to be, Sudanese. In terms of the broader question around the immigration status, I don't want to appear that I'm trying to deflect on this. I think it's absolutely right that the Home Office will give you further clarity on it. But again, working with them this morning, my understanding is that the individual came into Northern Ireland from Dublin, moving up, and then was granted leave to remain. But as I say, colleagues from the Home Office will be.
Pray for our island, says Conor McGregor. Ban all immigrants from the third world now. Help them where they are. As we have done over the years, many times beautifully and nobly, they cannot come here any longer, says Conor McGregor. 11,000 reposts, 129,000 likes. And these are reposts from Conor McGregor. This is what he's been posting on his timeline. The island of Ireland has now attempted an actual beheading per capita, has now more attempted beheadings per capita as a share of homicides since 2020 than the UK and Ireland. Interestingly, a Somalian national was also the culprit in an attempted beheading in the UK. Wow. It's almost like if you bring people from where beheadings are common and normal practice, you'll get beheadings where you put them. Call me crazy, but immigration from the third world countries is not worth public beheadings in the street. When your government is allowing immigrants in, giving them a right to remain, you'd think they wouldn't enjoy stabbing people or attempting to decapitate them. But that's where we are in Ireland. That's right. Open borders migrations equal a direct threat to public safety. The last 2 weeks in Ireland, migrants and their offspring have beheaded a woman, attempted beheading of a man, hunted and beat to death, and filmed the murder of a man. A mob of them stabbed a man to death in Ireland's busiest shopping street, are on the street doing voodoo curses and rituals in Ireland's oldest department stores because one of their co-ethnics died after repeatedly robbing the place and breaking an 80-year-old hip. So today, they'd like for you to know that they're putting an African migrant in position of power so these people can one day rule over you. The party and everyone like them need to be burnt for what they've done. That's right. There's a lot of verses in the Bible about this. Be wary of the foreigner, it says in Deuteronomy, for they will eventually rule over you. You won't have any money to lend them. They will have all the money and they will have all the power. It's biblical. It's quite concerning that all the beheadings and child stabbings and box cutters and slashings and terrorist knife attacks are being used by the far right to whip up dangerous atmosphere in our communities. That's right. So these are all the reposts of. So Conor McGregor is going hard in on all of this. He stabbed 3 little children because he was mad about being refused welfare. Pure evil savagery. Everyone who supports third world migration into Europe is partly responsible for the countless horrors like this. Okay, why don't I just make a quick point here? And well done, Conor McGregor. Thank you for speaking out against this. What makes you think that bringing them into the West is going to magically change them? If their countries, what do you think we have like magic? If their countries are collapsed third world lawless hellscapes, then maybe you need to start looking more aggressively at the cultures that created those and not thinking that somehow we're just going to magically change them all. This is not a good idea. It's a very bad idea, in fact. It's something that truly does need a total and complete recalibration. What makes you think that if you bring someone from a place where there's common ethnic beheadings, like Sudan, that you're not going to bring ethnic beheadings into your home? The snake. Go read the poem. I'm a snake. You're the one who brought me in. Yeah. Conor McGregor on the right side of history here. Please run for office to stop the pure evil savagery. That'd be an amazing outcome here. And mass deportations now. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe.